All right, everyone, buckle up. Because today we're diving into a question that's going to really bake your noodle. What if, instead of spending hours, days, even weeks wrestling with a tricky machine learning problem, you could just hit delegate and let an AI handle it?
You know, it sounds like we're about to jump into some serious sci-fi territory, but the truth is, this is something researchers are exploring right now, and the advancements they're making, well, let's just say it's pretty mind-blowing stuff.
We're talking about AI that can do the heavy lifting of a machine learning engineer, right? Like designing experiments, building those complex models, even debugging code when things inevitably go haywire. And to really put this to the test, to see if AI is truly ready to take on the big leagues of machine learning, researchers have created a new benchmark study called, wait for it, MLE Bench. Pitchy, right?
MLE Bench is basically like the ultimate proving ground. Think of it as a gauntlet of 75 different machine learning challenges, each one designed to mirror the kind of knotty problems you'd find in the real world. We're talking image analysis, we're talking natural language processing, the kind of stuff that has a tangible impact, not just some theoretical exercise.
So it's like the AI Olympics, but instead of medals, they're competing for bragging rights in the world of machine learning.
You got it. And let me tell you, they didn't make it easy for these AI contenders. The researchers actually pulled problems from real-life machine learning competitions. Some of them even had prize money up for grabs, to really raise the stakes. What they wanted to know was, can AI handle the pressure cooker of a real competition? Can they go head-to-head with the best of the best?
Okay, hold on. I need a second to process this. We're talking about AI going up against flesh-and-blood human engineers. Is that even a fair fight?
That's the whole point. And to be clear, to be considered successful, the AI couldn't just deliver a prediction and call it a day. They were judged on the entire process from start to finish. Understanding the problem, getting the data prepped and ready to go, picking the right tools for the job, and even dealing with those inevitable moments when everything goes sideways. Because, let's face it, in machine learning, that's not an if, it's a when.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey.
Debugging is practically its own love language in the world of machine learning. But you said something earlier that kind of threw me for a loop. You mentioned that just getting these AI agents to grasp the concept of a competition was a hurdle in itself.
Oh, yeah, that was a real head-scratcher.
See, I thought we were way past the whole teaching AI to recognize a chair phase. We're talking about machine learning here, not AI kindergarten.
It's a lot trickier than it sounds. You see, the researchers had to create what they called scaffolding. Basically, these are special software frameworks that act like training wheels for the AI. They help the AI interact with the problems, to use the tools at their disposal. It's like giving them a crash course in how to think, like a machine learning engineer 101.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So it's like they needed to learn the rules of the game before they could even step onto the playing field. But how many different training wheel options were there? Was it a one-size-fits-all approach, or did they have a few different styles to choose from?
They actually tested out 3 different scaffolding systems, each with its own set of strengths and weaknesses, kind of like giving our AI contestants a choice of study guides for a big exam. And the results. Well, let's just say some definitely did better than others, which is interesting in itself.
Okay, I can't take the suspense anymore. Which AI walked away with the gold in this machine learning showdown?
Well, it wasn't exactly a solo act. The top performer turned out to be a bit of a dynamic duo. We're talking OpenAI's O1 preview model, and they were paired up with a scaffolding system called AID, which was specifically designed with these competition-style tasks in mind.
So even AI needs a good coach in their corner, huh?
Yeah.
Makes sense. But how well did they actually do? Did they blow the competition out of the water? Were humans left in the dust? Give me the good stuff.
Hold your horses. This dream team, they managed to snag a medal, we're talking bronze or better, in about 17% of the competitions.
17%. Okay, I'm no math whiz, but that doesn't exactly scream dominating the field to me. That's barely a passing grade in most places.
That's a fair point, and it really underscores the fact that we're still in the early innings of AI that can genuinely go toe-to-toe with a seasoned human engineer. But, and this is a big but, there's a really important thing to remember about that 17% figure. It represents a single attempt score.
A single attempt?
Yeah.
So like one shot, that's it. No second chances.
Precisely. But think about how a real competition plays out. You get multiple tries to refine your approach, right? You get to test, to iterate, to go back to the drawing board. Well, when the researchers gave the AI those extra attempts, guess what? Performance jumped significantly.
Wait, hold up. You're telling me the AI learned from its mistakes? Like it actually iterated and got better over time, just like a human would.
That's exactly what we're seeing. And this is a really crucial detail because it hints at something fascinating about how AI is evolving. We're not just talking about brute force computation anymore. These systems are starting to show a glimmer of something more, an ability to learn and adapt on the fly, to actually refine their strategies based on feedback, just like we do.
Okay, now that's both incredibly impressive and maybe teensy bit, unnerving. What happens when they get really good at that? Like expert level good. Should I be updating my resume right now?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Mm.
And while it's tempting to get swept up in that whole robots are taking over narrative, I think the real takeaway here is way more nuanced than that.
I'm listening.
So the researchers, they actually ran an experiment where they gave the AI more powerful hardware. The thinking was more processing power equals better performance, right? Makes sense. But here's where it gets really interesting. That wasn't always the case.
Wait, so you're saying they gave this AI a supercomputer brain and it still didn't just ace the test? What's going on there?
Not consistently, no, and it really highlights something crucial. Simply throwing more computational muscle at a problem isn't some magic bullet. There's a real art to knowing how to wield that power effectively, how to choose the right approaches, how to optimize for efficiency. And that, my friend, is something humans still excel at least for now.
So it's like giving a novice baker, someone just starting out, a top-of-the-line industrial-strength stand mixer. It doesn't magically transform them into a pastry chef. They still need to learn the techniques, the nuances, the how-to behind what makes something truly delicious.
A perfect analogy. And that's really where the real exciting frontier lies, at least in my mind. It's not just about building bigger, faster AI, but about teaching it to think more strategically, more like a human expert. But this whole conversation brings up another really critical question, one that we can't ignore.
Hit me with it.
Well, we've been talking about these AI agents being judged on their ability to perform well in these public machine learning competitions, right? Competitions that, by their very nature, have publicly available data. And, of course, there's lively discussion forums where people are swapping ideas, sharing strategies.
Yeah.
Well, it begs the question, could the AI have cheated? Is there a chance it could have accessed the competition data or maybe even snuck a peek at those discussion forums beforehand and essentially, memorized the answers?
Ooh, that's a really good point. Like, how do we know this wasn't just a really, really elaborate plagiarism scheme?
Exactly. And the researchers, to their credit, were acutely aware of this very real possibility.
So how did they make sure the AI wasn't pulling a fast one? Like, how do you catch an AI cheating anyway?
Well, they got pretty ingenious about it. They actually analyzed how familiar the AI was with all those online discussions happening around each competition. They were looking for any telltale signs, any red flags, that it was just spitting out memorized solutions.
Clever. So, like, were they checking its browser history for those late-night forum deep dives?
Pretty much. And they didn't stop there. They even tried disguising the source of the problems just to throw the AI off balance and see if it was truly thinking for itself.
Oh, sneaky. So, like a blind taste test.
Yep.
But for AI, I can just picture it now. A panel of serious-looking AI judges all wearing those goofy blindfolds.
You got it. And while their findings seem to indicate that the AI wasn't just engaging in a massive copy-paste scheme, it's definitely something we need to keep a close eye on as these systems, they keep getting smarter, more sophisticated.
Okay, so maybe we can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that our robot overlords aren't about to stage a hostile takeover just yet. But seriously, this whole deep dive has been, well, a wild ride, to say the least. If our listeners could only take away one thing from this conversation, what would you want that to be?
That's a good question. For me, I think the biggest takeaway is this. We're at a real crossroads right now. We're still in the very early stages of AI that can truly do the work of a machine learning engineer. But the progress we're seeing, it's undeniable. And this isn't some sci-fi movie plot where robots are coming to steal our jobs. It's about something much bigger than that. It's about reimagining what's possible.
Reimagining how we solve problems, how we push the boundaries of human knowledge.
Exactly. Imagine a world where AI isn't just some tool for automation, but a true collaborator, a thought partner for human engineers and scientists. Think about the breakthroughs we could see in fields like medicine, environmental science, you name it. All because AI helped us connect the dots, to see the patterns hidden within mountains of data.
It's an exciting future for sure. But And maybe this is just a pessimist in me talking. We've also talked about some of the potential risks, right? How can we be sure this powerful technology doesn't end up being used for, well, let's just say less than noble purposes?
You hit the nail on the head. That is the million-dollar question, and it's one that we all need to be wrestling with, not just the scientists and engineers. Because here's the thing. As AI gets better and better at doing machine learning, it's also accelerating the pace of its own development. Think about it. It's a feedback loop.
So it's like we've invented a rocket ship that can build even faster rocket ships.
Exactly. And that means we need to be extra vigilant, extra cautious about the ethical implications, about potential biases creeping in, about the unintended consequences that we might not even be able to foresee right now. And that's not just a job for some elite group of experts. It's a conversation we all need to be a part of, shaping the future of AI in a way that benefits all of humanity.
This has been an incredible deep dive, and I think I can speak for everyone when I say, wow, the future of AI, it's looking pretty wild. A huge thank you to our expert for taking us behind the scenes and helping us understand this complex and, frankly, mind-blowing landscape. And to our listeners, remember, the future of AI, well, it's not some pre-programmed destiny. It's a story that we're all writing together, one line of code at a time. So stay curious, stay engaged, and let's make sure that future is one worth striving for.